Panicore is a new and upcoming horror game. One of the first few games to use the idea of AI monsters. These monsters monitor your mic and will chase you if they hear you talk. In Panicore, there are 3 levels or maps that progressively get harder. There are also 4 difficulties you can play each one of these levels on: easy, normal, hard, and Paincore. We beat Ravenwood Asylum, which is level 3, on Paincore mode. Here's how we did it. Okay, our first run went exactly how you think it would go.
There are 2 ways out. You have to find 4 keycards, place each one of them into the card reader, or you manage to unlock the main elevator and escape through the vents.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda forgot exactly what he said. What did he say? He's talking about some vents?
Yeah, you can go through the elevator, or we can get 4 main key cards and go out the main door.
Oh, what is that? Yo, I think I'm safe in the elevator. Something tells me that this is gonna be a key part of our strategy in these upcoming attempts. Oh!
Yeah, we got cooked almost immediately. But now we had some information to work with. Since we listened to the radio, we now knew we had 2 options. Either we could find 4 keycards and exit through the main door, or we could escape through the vents by using the elevator. Panicore mode would make either strategy tough though, as any sound and you would be hooping with Kobe in no time. We also learned that Jessica can't attack us while we're in the elevator. Trust me, this fact will prove to be vital in the future. Going into our second run, we had 2 pretty basic strategies. The first being to crouch walk as much as possible, and the second was use the elevator, as we knew we were safe there. Starting the second run, me and Lucas immediately split up. He went left to explore the first floor, while I hopped on the elevator to explore the basement. Lucas, unfortunately, found nothing on the left side of the first floor, leading him to go up to the second floor. Searched around for a bit, finding nothing again, and unfortunately getting killed in the process.
Bro, that game's some bullshit, bro. My god.
During this, I walked through the entire basement, also finding nothing. What I did learn is that I would need a knife-looking object to cut wires to get in particular doors in the basement. Once I was done with the basement, I decided to go to the 5th floor, which was as high as the elevator would go. I searched around for a bit, finding a whole lot of nothing once more. Can you see a pattern occurring here? Yeah, you were not finding anything being in this run. What we were gaining was knowledge. Such as, once I was done with the 5th floor, I had to go up the stairs to what seemed to be a 6th floor, but I was stopped by a steam leak. At the same time, Lucas had just been revived and started to explore the basement, also finding nothing, just like me. While he did that, I explored the entire 4th floor, and would you guess it, I found nothing. My luck would change though soon, as I made my way through the 3rd floor. I found a few different items of interest on this floor. First, I found a machine that seemed like it fixed keycards. I wasn't sure what it did, but I was just finally happy to have what seemed to be a useful item. Shortly after finding the cog, I found what I had been looking for, a knife, to be able to open the doors in the basement that I couldn't open earlier. So, I finished looting what I could in the 3rd floor, finding an old key in the process. Old keys are more or less universal keys that can open any random locked door on the map. Then, since I had the knife which would allow me to open doors in the basement, I decided to head down to the basement. But, on the way down, Lucas had died again, meaning this time I would have to go manually revive him.
You tripping, bro? You tripping?
I could do this by finding him and using a med pack on him. Usually I would have gone straight to revive him, but I was curious to see what was behind those doors in the basement. Upon getting down there, I rushed over to all of the locked doors and started opening them one by one. In the first door I opened, nothing. Second one, same. And a similar story for the 3rd and 4th room. But in the 5th room, I got the gate key. I would love to tell you that this item that took so much time to get was super useful and very vital in the run. But then I'd be lying. We did jack shit with the gate key for the entire rest of the run. I didn't stop though once I opened the 5th door. I opened all of the rest of the doors, finding, would you guess it, nothing. So I went back up to the 2nd floor to try and revive Lucas. On the way, I found a locked door, which I opened using my old key that I found upstairs. In that room, there was a shelf that had an old key and a broken key card. So basically, I got my return on investment by getting another old key, and now I had a broken key card. Out of all the key cards to get, this one was good, because I already knew where the machine was to fix it. After a bit of a hike, I eventually got to Lucas, and revived him using my medkit. He was actually on the first floor. I thought he was on the second, but apparently I'm blind. So, once Lucas was back up, we went our separate ways again to continue looting. He immediately found the keycard just chilling in the dresser behind where he died. Then, he went up to loot the 5th floor, as he didn't know I checked it already, and found nothing. At this point, one of our main problems was slow communication, since we couldn't talk at all due to Jessica not being very nice to us. Speaking of Jessica being incredibly annoying, I had only wandered up a floor or two before Jessica found me and separated my spine from the rest of me. Luckily, Lucas was able to come from the 5th floor down to the 3rd floor rather quickly and revive me. We looted that floor a bit more before we decided to head back to the elevator so we could finally talk safely. Once we could talk freely, we both explained that we had found keycards. Okay. Is that a keycard you have?
Oh, hello there. Yeah, keycard 0.
I had to repair a keycard. This made us decide to commit to get out the front door. Because of this, we need to get Lucas's keycard at the front door, of course. But we had a bit of a problem. Jessica was waiting for us right outside the elevator. This caused us to come up with another game-changing strategy. We simply would just go up or down a few floors to attempt to despawn her. We weren't exactly sure how or why this worked, but it helped us throughout the rest of the run, so we could have cared less about the reasons behind it. Once we despawned her, we could then go down to the floor she was previously on and explore it without fear of getting murdered. This allowed us to be able to go back to the elevator to talk and have no fear of Jessica, as we could despawn her once we were done talking. So overall, our strategy boiled down to recouping in the elevator, then despawning Jessica, and then exploring whichever floor we wanted to, and repeat. But before implementing this strategy, Luke had a revelation that the cog I was holding may be used to fix a steam leak on the 6th floor. So we headed up there to check it out. Unfortunately, it didn't work. No matter how hard we tried, the cog couldn't be used to stop the steam leak. So we gave up and got back in the elevator. Once back in the elevator, I thought that we could hack the basement, since it seemed like a place where we could maybe use the cog. But once again, we went down and found nothing that the cog could be used on. It wasn't an uneventful trip to the basement though, as right before I entered the elevator, Jessica got me. This caused Lucas to have to go up a few floors to despawn her before he came back down to revive me. After he got me back up, we decided that we would do a clean sweep of the floors starting with the 6th floor. We would do this by implementing the strategy we explained earlier, with talking in the elevator and then using the despawn method. Once on the 5th floor, we found nothing, as we expected, but we had to make sure. We then checked out the 4th floor and also found nothing, which makes me confused in retrospect now, because that floor was really big and there was nothing on it at all, like the entire run. Like I found a single brick there, that was it. Like, feels like a bit of a wasted floor, or we missed something, who knows. We finally started to have some luck though, on the 3rd floor. First, we found a locked room with another old key inside, and a computer that had programmed keycards. We assumed this would be helpful once we found its matching keycard. Second, we also found a safe with a 4-digit combination. We both thought that we might know the combinations, since there was a room number that was 4 digits on the 1st floor, but unfortunately, it wasn't the right combination. So we headed down to floor 2, where we found the last 2 pieces of the puzzle. And thank God we did. I don't think you understand how long this run actually was. At this point, we were over an hour into this run. It takes forever when you're trying to sneak around everywhere. On the 2nd floor, I found the programmable keycard behind a locked door. And Lucas found the 4-digit combination we were looking for, written on a wall. With these last 2 pieces of the puzzle, we headed up to the 3rd floor, so we could grab whatever was in the safe, and I could program the keycard. I programmed the keycard without any problem. It did make a lot of noise, but nothing seemed to come of it, and then I dropped it in the door. So all that was left to do was for Lucas to snag whatever was in that safe. I sat in the elevator while he snuck to the safe. I patiently waited, and couldn't have been happier seeing what he'd walked back with.
Bro, I really don't have to say this, but you better two-tempt this shit, bro. Let's go! Let's go!
Oh yeah. In his hands was the final key card we needed to escape. So, we headed back down to the first floor, and I watched as he slowly crept towards the door and placed the key card. And that was it. He was gone. He had escaped. So seeing that, I booked it to freedom as well.
Let's go!
Easy!
Let's go!
Second try!
Let's go!
Max
No, but bro,
difficulty.
we're the best players here. Nobody's better than us.
No, that's crazy.